Welcome to the Martini Network Spotlight interview. I am so excited to have with me today Miss Bonnie Russo with Papillon Health and Wellness. She is not only a dynamic and beautiful soul from the inside out, but she is also a Martini Network navigator, which is part of the ambassador team for the Martini Network. So, welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here. We're just going to go right in. We're diving in. We want to hear all about Bonnie. So tell us about you.
Well, I am a California transplant. I came here to Florida in 2018 and I am really loving it. I have a 9-year-old son and we have a dog and a cat. We're really active. We play a lot of sports and besides that, I'm a psychotherapy practice owner. I am a fierce advocate for women's rights and I've also, I've done scuba diving, skydiving. I like to go fast. I love to travel. And I could go on and on and on. But, I've also got a job to do and I love to help people. So that's why we're here to talk about that.
Absolutely. Well, we're here to talk about you too. And I'm a sister in skydiving too. I did it on my 40th. That was quite some time ago.
Love it.
So I love, tell us about Papillon. How'd you choose the name for your practice? Like what brought you, first of all, what brought you to do psychotherapy? And then what made you choose the name? Like there's got to be some kind of backstory there.
Yes, right? So, like a lot of therapists, we come to this work out, for me personally, out of my own story and resilience and strength. And I want to use my experience, strength, and hope to help other people, right? And so for me, papillon, which means butterfly in French, right, is a symbol of, resilience and strength and of new beginnings and it holds a very spiritual and special place in my heart. And so whenever I see a butterfly, it's just a little wink from the universe for me, and it just gives me that extra push to just keep doing what I'm doing. And the butterfly always holds a really, really special place for me. Um,
I
and
love that. I absolutely love that. And the animal totems, they do talk about those spiritual meetings with meanings of all different things like that. So I do love that. And what a great story, right? From humble beginnings and tough beginnings and traumatic beginnings to helping people, all over the place, which I would love to know, what makes your practice different from other therapy practices?
right. We are born at Papillon out of lived experience and heart and soul, right? And so my team are survivors and advocates, and um, we want to see people get well, right? When you call my practice, we have somebody that is trained, trauma trained, right? Like she knows how to answer the phone, she knows legal questions, she knows case management questions. We are going to answer the phone and we are going to return a phone call. And I don't know if you've ever tried to get help, but it's really not that easy, right? And so something just as simple as getting a phone call back really can make somebody's day or week or year or, could really be the call that makes it or breaks it. And so we
Right.
really go the extra mile to call people back. And even if it's not us, we do a warm handoff to the person that is going to help them. And that's really important. We don't ever let any referral drop or sit or go handed off to the next person. We treat every single phone call like it's my brother or my sister or my mother or my grandmother. And
Yeah. And
that's
that's important. Like when people are dealing with mental health issues as it is,
mhm.
not getting a call back could be the difference between life or death, really. So I think that's amazing. So you make sure that so that the service end of it is obviously very important to you because I know you as a person and you're just such a warm and giving and loving human being. And so that reflects obviously into your practice.
It's important, right? It's important to ask questions and not assume that everybody's okay and to treat people and not like numbers or patients. And I think that's really important. And we cheer people on all along their process, you know?
I love that. I could see that with you. I could totally see that with you. So I know we have a lot of things to touch on. I want to make sure that we get to some of the meat of it. So let's talk about ART. ART, the therapy. I know that that's a very unique and amazing therapy. So explain that to everybody.
Yes. So ART stands for accelerated, right? Like fast, resolution, like clean it up, and then therapy, right? And so what I love about ART is that I have seen people that have been hurting for so long get well in an hour, right? And
That's
it's
amazing.
I know, and I've been doing a lot of things for a lot of years, right? I've been doing therapy for 15 years, and I've been stacking up trainings. And when I found this one, I stopped in my tracks, right? I stopped in my tracks because I found something that works right now. It works right now. And you don't have to talk about what happened, right? Which is a huge barrier for people, right? Combat veterans don't have to talk about what happened in war, right? People that have been in car accidents, they don't have to talk about what happened and they're driving their cars again. And people that couldn't fly are flying in airplanes. And it's just one beautiful story after another. And so I'm all lit up. I'm
I
lit
love
up.
it too. I love that. I love everything about that. And the instantaneous part of it, like people who could be struggling, and get into a therapy and within an hour start to have relief is like miraculous.
That's what I am here to tell the world, right? It feels miraculous, right?
Yeah.
And if it didn't work for me and I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it, and I wouldn't be able to speak to it with such right enthusiasm.
Conviction. I see the
Oh,
conviction, girl. I see it. I feel
yeah,
it all the
right.
way on this side of the.
I was ejected, Veronica, out of a car. I don't know if you know this, right?
No.
I was ejected out of a car window and I tumbled in the road, right? And so I had PTSD for 10 years, right?
My
And
God.
so in 1 hour in a training, when it went away, I was like, I, I got to share this. I got
Yeah.
to share this.
Well,
And
and
so
it was brought to you divinely to share it because you're a powerhouse lady and you will get it out there. I've seen you. You do amazing things. So what's the difference between ART and say an intensive? We were talking a little bit about intensive. So tell us more about an intensive versus ART, the therapy.
okay, so with an ART session, right? It's going to be just the ART protocol. In an intensive, what we're going to do is we're going to be able to dig a little bit further, right? For people that want to really resolve like their whole story, right? We can do a 1 day or a 2 day, and we can unpack their whole family trauma or a marriage trauma. We can do a resort style in a 1 or 2 day session instead of a year, a decade, 2 decades of therapy. So it's different, right?
Yeah. So intensive means intensive, right? You're like solely focused on them. And that's a one-on-one or is that a group
One
thing?
on one.
Okay, so one-on-one intensives. Very cool. So you spend that time with them. Is that an 8-hour day? What does that look like?
So it's going to be actually concierge. It's styled exactly for them, exactly what they need, right? Customized, like workbook and progress because it's targeted, right? We want
Yeah.
this to be rapid and we want it to be effective, right? We don't need to talk about breathing for a year and coping skills for a year. I want to see people get well and I want to watch them succeed, right? I want to see you out in the community because I get to, right? I get to see people smiling that came into me just broken. And that's my joy. That I love. I
Yeah, that'll fill you up right there. That's like the best when somebody is really struggling with whatever. Like I find that for me, like in business, when people are struggling with ideas and they sit with me and have a session, it's like, oh my God, like all the things come flowing. Like we've had a session, and it fills me the same way that it would fill you, right? Because I am helping you with your business and you're helping them with their mental health. It's the same. And I love it. I mean, it's not the same, right? But it's the same concept.
It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I had a woman 2 weeks ago and she said, "You have my permission to share this." She said, "I've been waiting 65 years to die, Bonnie."
Oh my
She said, "And
gosh.
I'm so excited to live right now."
Oh, yeah, that's powerful.
One session. She has been in and out of every fancy treatment program, every 12-step group, every fancy yoga retreat. She's been trying, right? One, one ART session. She said,
Yeah, that's amazing.
I don't need to know the science,
Yeah,
but
we don't care how it works. We just know that it works.
yes, yeah,
So I know that you have a nonprofit arm, right?
I do. Yes, Bridges
Let's
to
talk
Wellness.
about that. Tell us more about the nonprofit side of your business.
Yes. So Bridges to Wellness, again, another heart mission, um, is starting in Okeechobee. We are under construction and hope to be seeing behavioral health clients. We are going to focus on adults, specifically seniors and veterans. Um, and we are going to be starting that in Okeechobee. We found that there are a lot of folks that talk about helping seniors and veterans, and there is a huge need still.
Yeah,
So
there is.
we are on a mission to fill a gap, and there's been a lot of community support, and we are very, very excited to see where this project goes.
I see that on you. You know, when you're on the right path, all the doors open, which seems to be what's happening with that project. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what's to come with that as well. People need to know how to get a hold of you. So how about you give us the website?
Yes. The website is papillonhealthandwellness.com.
Spell
So
it out.
Papillon, right? Health and wellness, right? Papillon like the butterfly. Papillon. I know.
Papillonwellness.com.
Health and wellness.
Papillonhealthandwellness.com. And it will also be in the description of the video where you'll be able to reach out and contact Bonnie and learn so much more about her and her practice and her nonprofit. So we're excited, Bonnie. Thank you so much for coming on, for sharing your business with us. We really, really appreciate.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see where this all goes. Thank you all.
So am I. So am I. So be sure to reach out to Bonnie and learn more about her business.